Okay, so I'm at room 525, which is the chief of police, which I've made repeated calls to. I spoke with a Mr. Padmore, and we'll just go from here. Hello?
Hi, sir.
I'm here to see the chief of police.
Actually, the chief is not available, and if you're videotaping, you can only videotape from here out.
I can only videotape from here out?
Yeah, it's the public area.
So you mean just exactly where I'm standing?
Well, yeah, but you can't videotape anything back here.
I cannot videotape
No,
anything
'cause we
back
have
there.
confidential things back
Why would you have confidential things in a public place?
From here on is good for you to videotape.
Okay.
Okay.
So in the meantime, I'll just turn it back this way,
Okay.
and it'll at least record everything that we're saying and how it's set to
Okay.
fail. So
How
I'm
can I
here.
help you?
I'm here to set up a meeting with the chief of police about how the procedure's not been working all along. You know, I was denied medical care at the Department of Public Health. I took an officer out with me on civil standby who didn't arrest the Department of Public Health when they produced a bogus stay-away order.
Right.
When I went to go file a police report regarding the bogus stay-away order, they took the first one. They weren't willing to take the second one. I'd like my legal and medical rights protected.
Well, we've spoken to you about this before. I know you've called our office a few times, correct?
I'm sure I have. I have my notes at home.
Right, and you've been directed as to what to do, correct?
I have been directed down dead-end paths that don't work. Correct.
Okay, so...
Actually, it's not. But
So
thank you for the spin.
unfortunately, we can't do anything about...
I'm just escalating my
issues. I don't
complaint
know.
to the chief.
I
And so
understand.
for that, I can do that
What is your
to
name?
show that it's rigged.
What
and
is your
it's
name, sir?
Rigged to fail. Jason Grant Garza.
Jason. So
What is your
know,
name, madam?
Officer Maria Oropeza.
All right. Thank
Okay.
you.
You know, we have nothing to do with your medical plans and what's going
No,
on.
madam.
with that, right?
I was denied with a bogus stay-away order, which was criminal fraud. And as a police, you know, I'm entitled to file a police report, have them arrested, so that the process can be done correctly. So, no, madam, you are
Who
incorrect.
arrested?
The people who created the bogus stay-away order, the Department of Public Health, that denied me health care, access, and accommodation, and broke my medical and legal rights.
That stay away order went through a court, correct?
No, it was bogus. Never existed.
Oh.
Oh,
So why would you have been arrested?
because your police officer told me that based on what he was given, that if I stepped foot, I would be arrested because there was a stay-away order. I asked him when it was bogus if he would arrest the Department of Public Health. I'm still waiting for that. I've proven it's bogus. Apparently the law only applies against me, but not the lawbreakers at the Department
Okay,
of
so
Public
what
Health.
would you like us to do today?
The
What is
correct thing, I would like to set up a meeting and videotaping of it with the chief of police to point out how the entire thing is rigged, to circumvent people's rights, and how it's all spin and illusion
I
and
would have
mismanagement.
to refer you to someone else.
No, madam, I've been
regarding
referred.
this.
No, I've already been up the chain. I've already been to the northern station. I've been videotaping it. I've now been to the police commission.
Okay.
So, you know, all these dead end leads. No, madam. That's why I am turning over every stone.
Yeah.
Sir? Okay, so
Who are you, madam?
Newman, Sergeant Newman.
Thank you, Miss
Okay.
Newman.
So we cannot arrest the entire Department of Public Health.
Well, then you
It's
need to
not
find out who
feasible.
created the bogus stay-away order and
And
arrest
what
that
happened.
person.
If you would like to file a report.
I did that.
Okay. So from there, if the DA is not going to prosecute, we have no choice in the matter.
So, for example, if I go back to the Department of Public Health and they pull this routine again, because the DA and everybody else doesn't do what's correct, I can still be screwed out of my legal rights once again, correct?
The DA makes the decision to prosecute.
That wasn't the
We do
answer
not.
I was seeking, madam. If the DA decides not to prosecute on a valid
We
thing,
do not prosecute.
I hear
DA
what you're
does.
saying, but you still haven't answered my question. It can happen all over again, can it not, if the DA doesn't do the right thing? And my rights and medical rights can be circumvented and you can wash your hands of it, correct?
You're assuming the DA has enough evidence to prosecute.
Madam, a lot of assumption has been made. Like I've also assumed that I could file paperwork correctly, videotape, and I've been thwarted at every place for that. So you are correct. I am assuming that things are set to work when I'm proving now that they're not because it's rigged. You're absolutely correct. Now, I still want to continue to complain about the process, even if the chief is powerless, so that later on it can't be stated that the truth wasn't spoken,
Mr.
that we
Garza.
hadn't been around about it. Let me finish, please.
Mr. Garza,
Yes,
you
ma'am.
have been advised to go to OCC.
I have done that and that has failed. Now what, madam?
You have not cooperated with OCC.
That is not true, madam.
because
I have cooperated fully,
You have refused to go in and be interviewed without videotaping.
which is not against the law. So you are incorrect, madam. I have not taken the incorrect
A
approach.
confidential employee matter.
It is not a confidential employee matter. It happened to somebody, it happened to me in the public. It is not confidential, and I choose not to keep it confidential.
You need to listen.
I have listened. I don't agree.
Okay, stop talking for a
If
minute.
you are complaining about an employee, it then becomes confidential, meaning you don't get to broadcast it. That is why you cannot videotape.
Madam, I thank you for your opinion. I disagree. It is not confidential. It happened to me. I'm a member of the public, and I'm complaining in public, and I'm going to continue to do that. I have done that, and that process has failed because it's rigged to fail. So now what do I do to escalate the rigged, failed methodology?
Well, again, you can go before the police commission and complain.
And I can also continue, correct?
That is your choice.
And I will, madam, because I will continue to prove that it's set to fail and that nobody is accountable. So now if I go back to the Department of Public Health and they once again, deny me health care and everything, you guys can wash your hands, if the DA chooses not to prosecute
We are not
illegality.
in charge of whether they provide you services.
That wasn't the question.
You just said that.
No, I just said if the DA refuses to do his job correctly, they can go ahead and break the law again because you guys aren't there to protect my legal rights.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, last time they broke the law, the DA chose not to prosecute, and you weren't there to protect my legal rights. So what is it that doesn't make any sense?
You are saying we are responsible for ensuring that you get your medical coverage.
No, I am saying you are responsible to ensure that I get my legal rights covered. And my legal rights, include medical and legal, especially when I'm being...
We have no authority
That's civil.
to enforce that, sir.
Well, then how come your police officer had the authority to arrest me had I stepped across the line on that bogus stay-away order?
You were not arrested, correct?
That wasn't the question, madam.
You were not arrested.
That wasn't the question, madam.
You were not arrested.
That wasn't the question, madam. He told me I would have been arrested had I walked past, in there based on that bogus stay-away order. So now, please tell me.
Again, you can go to OCC
Aha.
and have that investigation.
I have, and that failed because of the rigged methodology. Now what, madam?
Not because of the methodology.
Yes, madam.
Because you refused to go and see them.
I didn't
and
refuse.
videotape.
So then your spin is not correct. I did want to go see them and videotape. Correct, which is what I'm allowed.
You cannot videotape.
You keep telling me that,
Explain that to you.
and I said that was incorrect, that I could videotape in a public place seeking public redress. And that's exactly what I'm doing.
OCC is not a public place.
OCC is not a public place. It's not a public building or a public space.
Time for you to leave now.
I will leave now. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
And this will be on YouTube, so thank you guys for pointing out the rigged methodology.
Have a pleasant afternoon.
Oh, I will continue, and I'll be back.